money wasn't a factor and you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and what would your ideal apartment setup be?
Either somewhere like towards up north, like either up north Michigan, cause I heard out there it's a lot cheaper, like living out there. Or like if I was to go to another state, I would say maybe either Tennessee or like Idaho, somewhere where it's not like extremely warm, but it's not also cold. Cause I don't like I want to do like Florida or something like that where it's like always hot because it's like you got to deal with all the natural disasters and stuff like that.
Okay, and what would your apartment setup be like?
Either a condo or studio, cause like it's far like for me. I don't need like all like too much space, but I need like enough space to where like I could just spread things out. Like I could have a corner to where like if I wanted to have like my gaming set up, I could set that up in the corner. Like if I wanted to have another corner to where like I wanted to set up basically like a beanbag or something to where I can read. I'll do that. I basically just have like my own area. So like each place or each room would be each space would be like their own vibe.
And if there's one thing that you had to have in the apartment, either it could be a thing like a desk or an apartment amenity like a pool or a gym, what would that be?
But I forget the name of it, but it's like the workout machine where like you can basically you sit down and then like you pull down and then like the curl bar because it wouldn't make too much noise and it wouldn't be it wouldn't be loud.
I probably would spring from one of those apartments that are really tall and like pick one of the rooms that are really high up there, just so I can see up across like the Nashville city
And then
skyline or look down from the Nashville city skyline.
what would be a must-have? Like either something in the apartment or something about the apartment, like an amenity, like a gym, breakfast every morning. Sorry, free breakfast. I mean, specify.
You know, yeah, you can't go wrong with a continental breakfast or what is it, complimentary continental breakfast that they call it.
Yes, they do.
If money wasn't a factor, definitely here in San Diego. Definitely one of those buildings downtown, all those tall apartment buildings. They're really nice. Maybe a bedroom, just in case I have visitors or yeah, like a roommate or something like that.
Okay, and what's one thing that you want the apartment to have? Either something in your apartment or something like the apartment complex provides.
So maybe like a viewing room where you can just look out into the city. You can see like the planes leading to the airport. You can see the mountains. Yeah, you can see everything.
So welcome back to Yay for Adulting, where we make grown-up stuff feel doable, one small win at a time. We're calling this episode Adulting First Apartment and talking wins, mistakes, and stuff nobody ever tells you until you've already moved in. Okay, our guests today are AJ, Gen Z.
How y'all doing today?
Hey, I'm Joseph, the millennial.
Hello, my name is Justin, and I'm another Gen Z.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get started. So AJ is brand new to apartment life. Joseph has lived on a college campus and in apartments with roommates, and Justin is planning ahead to make sure his future move out goes at least somewhat smoothly. So AJ, let's start at the beginning. So what was the first step you took when you decided you wanted your own place?
The first step into the process, I would say, was putting my mind focused onto saving for it. Like, I knew I wanted one, and like, I knew, yes, I needed to save for an apartment, but actually putting like my focus into saving was like actually that first step. Especially like for, like the apartment, it's saving for a car and apartment is two different things because I had to make sure that for like, the rent money, money just in case like I need to buy furniture, money just in case what was it? Like I ain't know like I had to pay what was it like the deposit toward it that it was just that I ain't know like I was going, have to pay for it. So once I realized, like everything was gonna basically be a factor into, saving up for an apartment, not just the apartment, I had to actually sit down and focus on like what I needed to do to actually get it.
Did you have an amount in mind, or were you just like, I need to save a bunch of money?
I know that I wanted to at least save between 1,200 and 1,400.
Okay. So you had a goal in mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, oh, I just aged, and I think I just got a bunch more gray hairs.
I'm sorry, it's that work. That work.
That's fine. No worries. All right, Joseph, does that kind of fall in line with when you were looking for your first place, what you did?
More or less, though. It was more so just talking with people who had already lived in those apartment complexes, hearing getting their story, and just comparing them to what was available. Because I remember, like, one of the things that I wanted was something that's like close by to like whatever stores that I needed to go to at the time, and also just had an easy access to campus. So luckily, I think at the time it's called Gables. That's what they had. They had like a show that ran to the campus, but also it was like right across the street from Walmart, and even more unfortunate for my stomach, it was right next door to a cookout. Like I could just walk right up a small hill and just be right next to the cookout. And if I want to, I could just open up the door to our balcony and smell like cookout. Yeah, cookouts, grills firing when it was like during the day. It's so unfair. When AJ, when you started looking, what was the most important for you? Price, location, space, safety?
Well, it's okay. The most important it should have been location because like especially for me, I ain't realized how much I was gonna be working as much as I do. So it should have been location,
Huh?
but it was really just like the price and the what's the word, like the environment. Like looking up like the views and stuff out here, like I ain't see no bad reviews and like when I came, like, actually out here to talk and stuff and look at it, it was like it looked clean. I was getting, like a good vibe from the apartment people. So it was just like I just know like at least like the environment, I know I needed like, to have like a good space around me.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Are you about how I know you mentioned working a lot, so are you pretty far from your job or you just would have preferred to be closer?
Prefer to be closer. It's like I'm what 20 yeah, 20 minutes like 'cause I'm right next to what's that the highway so it's like I can like when I leave out I can just get right on the highway. But it's like the way I be working Sunside, it's like I should have just chose somewhere at least like 10 minutes away just in case like especially it's really just them days where like you forget something. It's like if I forget something, it's like I gotta drive, 20 minutes back, 20 minutes, back to work. hmm So that's really the only bad thing. But I mean, as far as like just like living, it ain't bad though, 'cause it's like I'm in like a good area to where like when I wanna, get food or go out and do stuff, ain't nothing too far from me.
Okay. So it's not a bad location, just you would have preferred a location that was closer to your job.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then how did you look for places? Online, listings, driving around?
Well, it was really both. It was online and asking people because at first I had asked what that me and my cousin was like basically like looking together. They was basically like, like telling me kind of like what I need to do to like basically set myself up to get an apartment as far as like what they'll look at like credit and stuff like that. So once he basically told me about that, I just started going on with the different like apartment like website finders and then looking on also marketplace because they had like a couple of them would like basically post like apartments and then like you can like go to the link and then go check it out and stuff. But as far as like with like the apartment finders, some of them would basically like it'd be catfish. Like they'll just show you, like good apartments or like they'll show you basically people who are kind of like already living there. Like they might be renting it out as far as like you getting your own like apartment.
Yeah. Do you like ever look at the reviews or anything like that about the specific complex you're looking at?
Yeah, that's with especially with this one. This one, like well, this one and another one that was what was that a little bit closer to my job. So those were the main like two that I had in mind because like those reviews they was real good. And then the other one like that was closer to my job. The only bad thing with them was that if I would have like moved in with them, I would have had to wait like I think it was like another month, and then like at that time it was I couldn't do that at that time. It was like yeah, but as far as like well, especially like when I still look and like on the reviews and stuff right now, it's like my building. Well, my building is it's a newer
Oh,
building, so like our reviews are good. So as far as like the people that live, I want to say like toward the front. Now they review it's a little iffy, but I can't, I don't live over there, so I ain't gonna say nothing yet.
So the thing that made you go, yes, this is the place I'm living, or this is the place that I want to stay over the other place, is the fact that's like a lot easier. It was like, more, it was easier to pay for.
Yep. That's well yeah, that was really like yeah, that was one of the best things about it. Like the process basically it only took I wanna say what like actually like once I actually came here and looked at it and everything, it took what 2 weeks for me to move in.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
If that was basically with them, you just needed to what was it? You just needed to have I think it's 2 times or 2, 3 times like the rent, and then my credit was already it was decent. Well, it's a good now, but at that time it was decent. So like that was already good. And then like because I was already saving up, it was like I already had that first month rent like ready. So that just made it look even better.
Nice.
and was the application and lease process easy? Was there anything that like surprised you?
It was easy, but it's like like moving into your first place, it's like, we definitely don't read everything. So it's like, so it's like as the months go on, it's like, I learned.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's like I learned, so stuff that I definitely ain't know when I signed that lease, but
Yeah.
it ain't been nothing too bad yet to where it's like I regret doing it, but it's just like I definitely like learn new stuff every month to where it's like I should have read, over everything for sure.
Oh, fine. Yeah, it's good. And then that's like utilities, furniture, gas, and stuff like that.
Yeah, really, that's another thing that would surprise me too. Like with even I think it's thermostats and stuff. It's like basically they like I had learned like basically if you keep it like the apartment too cold or too hot, then like they charge you extra for that because like they want you to basically keep it, like at a cool temperature. I was like, see,
Yeah.
I ain't know that either. That was definitely, I mean, it was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I know some apartments. They used to, well, because the apartment itself controlled like the thermostat and stuff like that.
Mm,
Yeah,
see,
Oh, wow. Like the main office?
pretty much. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't have mind that. I wouldn't have mind that.
yeah.
Yeah, Joseph, I think you're at the apartment. They let you know because they charge you. You get overages, right? They expect you to keep it at one rate, but if you go over, you end up paying more, and it's split between. What at one point you had 3 other roommates, right? And so it's not like you could say, "Oh, well, you turned up the thermostat," or you. It was like no, everybody got split evenly. Is that right?
As far as overages go, yeah, it got split up for three, however many ways that we had per resident. Though it didn't usually go up like more than like $10, if that, and that like during like the extreme weather months.
Well, that's not bad unless you're on a really tight budget.
Right.
All right, so moving one place to another can be stressful and fun sometimes. And moving into your first place has an entirely different set of emotions. So, AJ, even before moving day, what did you have set up? Or what were you allowed to set up? Like your internet, water, renter's insurance?
As far as like the setup, they had basically as far as me, I had to set up everything before moving in. So I had to do DTE. I had to set on with that renter's insurance. That was well, surprisingly for the renter's insurance, it was only what was it 150, but then I only had to do a one time payment on that. So I ain't even gonna question that, so and then and then I had to set up an account with them, and then I had to do like a background check or whatever just to like confirm like I ain't have no pets and stuff like that.
So you had to set up all of that separately?
The only one that which one came through them was like the background check and then the DTE. You had to do that one separately. I guess it's kind of through them too, because I basically just had to basically set an appointment online, call up there, and then they just turn like everything off for me. And then as far as like roommate, I'm still well. I ain't, as far as right now, I don't really want one because it's like I'm still like fresh into it. But it's like eventually I might do one because I got like the space for it. So it's like as far as long if I could find like the right person that's on the right track, then I'll do that because I got the space for it. But as far as right now, it's like I still want to enjoy the long time while I can.
Nice. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So Joseph, you have any is that kind of similar to is that kind of like similar to your moving story? What was moving day like for you? Or what was moving like for you when you moved into
It was mostly similar, though. I do know that having to go back and forth up the stairs, like from going down 3 flights of stairs and bringing stuff from there, and then going to a new place that has its own 3 flights of stairs, and then taking things up there. Apparently, there's one not an uncommon thing for like people that I live with or people that I hang out with nowadays. That like all but like one or two people seem to who live in apartments live on the third floor of their apartments.
Oh wow.
I don't know why it's a common thing, but like every person that I've hung out with from my college days, they were always on the third floor. So it was also fun whenever I had to help them move things as well, because I also had to move them up or down 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah, that's actually, and I kind of remember that moving day, although I don't remember doing all the steps because I probably didn't. AJ, what floor are you on?
I'm on a second right now.
Hmm.
I only I only got to go to one flight of stairs.
Nice.
What was the very first thing you did after you got inside? Just relax, like set things up.
Well, first day I got it, like I was just like even like I don't even know the word for it. It was just like I just walked around. It was just like and I just basically grateful for it, and then like just sat down and just chilled in here for a little bit, and then just it's like just took it in, just like that feeling of it.
You just took it all in.
Yeah, that's like just it's like just felt unreal basically. But like the first time, like actually, like getting it together and stuff, it was like I had what that bought what was that a bed first, and then set that up, and then bought a what was that a TV stand, set that up, and then basically like from there, I just like been doing like one thing at a time. Well, especially like right now, I still gotta get it like set up because I think I gotta get me a TV for my living room and with that a TV stand. I just I my mind been on work, so it's like once I get it off work, I actually get to looking for that stuff.
Okay.
Was there anything that you had when I finished taking everything outside and packing? You're like, dang it! I wished I just had this with me and I didn't just have it in one of these 15 boxes.
I'd probably say definitely the blanket, that's for sure. Cause
Hmm.
like I had the the bed first, but I ain't had the cover, so it was like I would just sleep it on the bed basically. And
Oops.
then the second would be definitely the light, cause it's like I ain't like even though I did like the walk through and stuff, it's like I ain't do it at night, so it's like I ain't realize how dark it would be like in the room without.
Oh.
Yeah, so definitely that like too. Those was probably like the first two things I definitely should have brought with me also.
And after you unpacked your stuff, what was like the first thing you did?
Probably I think just relax, like just just chilled and was like just being like just happy, like just having that feeling of just like having my own place for one. So it was just like, just that first like feeling of, being able to just chill with, nobody around. It's just like it was just something different basically. It was just
It takes me back. All right, so now we're gonna talk about the best and the worst things about new places. So AJ, what's one thing about living in your new place that surprised you in the very first week, other than sleeping in complete darkness?
Oh, probably what was that? What was that? Like the bathroom and stuff like that. Like I had to get used to basically like how everything like worked and stuff. Like the sink, you gotta basically turn it a different way, and then like the water pressure sometimes like at first it was like very, what's the word, like it'd just like come out basically. And then like with the shower at first it was like it felt like it was like too loud. So it was like I felt like everybody around me could hear me basically. And I was like, "How?" Yeah, it's alright. Like I ain't wanna seem like that type of neighbor. So it was I just like I had to get used to it, just getting used to like, not being like, too loud and just being, I don't know the word, but just like I don't wanna like just seem like, I'm just, just overly loud to people.
Yeah. So do you have somebody above you too?
Like the first 2 weeks, it was definitely coming from above, but recently it's been like a lot better. I've been here for I want to say like what 3 months or 4 months now. I still ain't met no neighbors yet, so it's like so I think I want to say one above me, below me I ain't heard nothing. To the right of me, I think it's somebody, and then it's one across from me, but as far as like noises right now, recently they actually been good. Like people above me, I only hear stuff sometimes in the morning, but then like after what time is it? 11 years after 12, I don't really hear nothing. And then everybody else, I mean, I don't hear nothing from them, so I can't complain.
I remember every so often when I was like hanging out with like one of my friends, they were one of the few that lived on the first floor. They had like roommates below them and every so often while we are like playing card games or whatever, we just hear them for some reason just banging on the floor for some reason or another. Like, what is going on up there? We don't know. So yeah, I can definitely understand being glad that you don't have that to deal with.
Hmm.
Sometimes we think they're just wrestling up there.
Yeah.
Well, there were.
That's literally what it used to sound like in that first week. Like it just sound like either wrestling or just like kids just stomping around.
But hey, you managed to get past that. Any other things that's happened where you're like, you know what? If I manage to go through that, the rest of this is gonna be smooth sailing.
With me, it's like I try not to let little things bother me. So it's like really like I just know the noise will probably be, like the biggest factor. So like really getting, well, now that I'm used to, like the noise, it's like as far as everything else, I know like I ain't gonna let it bother me. Especially only thing I probably have to worry about now is like now that it's getting warmer, probably bugs and stuff. But I bought bug spray, and then I'm gonna just buy like one of them insects and put it next to the window too, just in case. But as far as like everything else, though, I mean everything else been good so far. Like everything's working. I ain't had like water issues yet. So I'm gonna just hope
Yeah.
everything just keep going good.
Now, yeah, what's been the hardest adjustment so far? Like paying rent now every month, or being? I mean, I know you may like I know you like the quiet, but being away from your family, like, what's the hardest adjustment?
Maybe just like that, getting used to like the quietness, cause it's like growing up, like I always wanted quietness. So it's like now that I actually got it, I gotta basically get used to just can just come home and it's like, I ain't gotta worry about nothing. So it's like that definitely like it's definitely it's like not the hardest, but definitely the hardest. Like I just gotta, just get used to like, just like it's not a bad thing, but just, just getting used to being alone. Cause it's like it's definitely a mind challenge.
Yeah, solitude.
Yeah, well, really, another thing I'll say too is like I ain't realize, how I ain't gonna say expensive, but how pricey, every, little furniture and stuff is.
Yeah. Like,
Like everything definitely adds up.
Yeah,
yeah, especially for furniture.
for sure.
Mhm.
All right, y'all, we're going to pause right here, and that's part one. Today, we talked about the dream apartment setup versus the real life search, what to look for, what questions to ask, and what move-in prep really takes. In part two, we're getting into the first week reality, the surprises, the routines, food and cleaning, basic safety and maintenance, and the money stuff nobody warned you about till it actually hits your account. If you're planning a move, do future you a favor. Start a tiny list. One thing to buy, one thing to set up, one thing to ask. Thanks for hanging out with us on Yay for Adulting. We'll see you in part two. And remember, progress over perfection.